Alright, hello, everyone who either is watching this now or watching this later. I don't think I have anyone waiting for the live stream right now, but welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator. We are going to be picking up where we left off in our normal video, where I am mostly just going to try and grind out a bunch of uh, hold on, I'm having issues with my phone setup. There we go. Alright, yeah, we're mostly just going to be picking up where we last left off and trying to get our shop all in order and upgraded, so we are just going to be taking small contracts until one of the story ones pops up, and then we will continue to do the normal story missions. And hopefully we'll be in a spot where we might be able to start partially restoring cars, but we'll see. We got one person watching right now. Hi. We are just going to start by doing this. What do we got here? Mayan T8, which... yeah. Where's the engine on this thing? I don't even remember. Oh, it's in the back, of course. Alright, so... we got a Mayan T8. What is the damage? Change brake fluid, so it's just changing out all the fluids. That's simple enough. Yeah, so I am a little tired right now. And I put an invite out to see if any of the other guys want to hop in and hang out for a bit. I'm not sure if anyone's going to, but we are going to see what happens. Nacho might. I know Caleb definitely said he will try and be awake for this, but he might not be joining. We'll see what happens. We are going to drain the brake servo fluid. Then there was power steering and... well, what else was there? It was power steering, brake, and coolant, so the radiator. Easy enough. We're just going to pour this stuff in. So, we did War Thunder last night too, and that was definitely an entertaining video. And I definitely need to... I definitely need to go through and do more work on my War Thunder tech trees. Might do that a bit more tonight, because, my god, trying to play the TOG 2 was horrific, to say the least. So, anyway... amazing content of me not actually trying to figure out what's broken on a car, but just fixing radiator fluids. Hopefully we can get into some the more infuriating parts of this where I'm scrambling around trying to figure out the one missing part on a car that is still broken, and I can't figure out what it is because I don't have all the tools. Those are always the fun vehicles to fix. Alright, there we go. That was done. I think that's all that car needed. Nice and easy thing to start with. I don't think we have any level points. We do. We have one. And then these, all these expansions cost us actual money, so we'll buy those as we need them. Oh, I don't have any available skill points. I'm being stupid. Alright, phone. What's next? We got an Aston Martin. An Aston Martin Vantage, if I can speak. V8, twin turbo, rear wheel drive. That one probably is also fluid based. Smith and Parker Old Daddy T. So is that an old Ford Model T that's been turned into a hot rod? Well, no, it wouldn't be a Ford Model T because Smith and Parker. You know, I'm not actually familiar with that. That's one of the DLCs. We'll do that one though because it actually has a mechanical issue, and that is vastly more interesting. Neat little paint job. I would not mind having one of these in real life. Of course, I probably would not want it to have a flame paint job. Let's get this into the car lift. And we will take a look and see what is wrong with it. I'm not entirely sure if... Okay, there's no other jobs available right now. Let's see here. What is wrong? Brake caliper, brake discs, brake drum. Oh god, it has drum brakes. So we need brake drum. Need the cylinder for that drum, a couple of brake discs, probably for the front, and then a new caliper, which I suppose I didn't need to raise this the rest of the way, but oh well. Alright, yeah, so this one needs to be replaced. Just take all of this off. That is something that I definitely want to get, is new, or a faster removing of the bolts, because right now it's just ungodly slow, and I have enough issues with it even when you get almost to max level wrench skill. This is just a pain in the butt. Alright, get these, and these were ventilated. Yes, vented, whatever they are. Ventilated. Alright. We'll take care of these really quick, because these are easy enough to fix. Oh, I don't have a tablet, that's right. I have to do things the old-fashioned way and go to an actual computer. So we need a caliper, we needed 2 ventilated brake discs, we need a new drum, and then we need one of these new cylinders for said drum. See, I actually have on my truck front discs for front disc brake. What do I have? Well, that's not. Where did I get 100%? I don't think these were the ones for the. Where did I get those from? I don't remember having these. Oh my, hey, I'm not gonna question it. I don't think those. I think those were the 50%, 55% ones that I pulled off. I didn't realize I had brake discs in my inventory, but surprise, surprise, I suppose. We'll just make do with what we got, though. I'm not gonna give them brand spanking new brake pads if I don't need to. Because those are brake pads I can use on something else. But yeah, my truck has drum brakes in the back, and those things are absolutely massive. The drums on them are gigantic. They're not like they're not these slim ones that that they have in this game. No, they're full, like, bulges sticking out the back of the truck. At least that's what they look like when you have the wheels off. This one is also the one that needs the new cylinder, so we need to take the pads off, or the brake shoe, I should say, and then put the new, pop in our new cylinder, put those back on, and yeah, in real life, drum brakes are just a terrible thing to have to work on. It's not great to have them together, like to be able to put them back together. It's an absolute pain in the ass, but that should be everything. Yep, got everything done, fine and dandy. All right, this car is ready to go. What is that? Two cars done. And we got our first story mission for the day, the first story order. Hi, my name's Joanna. I was referred here by my neighbor. He's a car dealer. I hear that your repair shop has been up and running since quite recently, but you look like a promising mechanic. It is almost annual service time. My quote-unquote buddy doesn't seem to have any problems, but I'll leave that for you to decide. Please change the oils, the oil filters, and fill the missing fluids. I haven't had time for that recently. John mentioned that there was tapping in the camshaft. Oof. I don't know what he meant. Perhaps it'll make more sense to you. Please take care of my car. Have a good day. Change oil, drain and refill that, and then there are other tasks. Yeah, tapping in the camshaft, that probably means your camshaft is bad. So that I do have a pretty good idea what that means. And it is not an issue I would ever want to have on my truck, because that is annoying to do. We also got a skill point. Renovator. We don't have the ability to fix car parts at all, so that one's not going to be useful. Fast hands might be nice. Regular customer also gives us a discount on parts we buy, so I think I'm going to do that first and just suffer for speed and whatnot. Because I'm not going to worry about that so much right now. Excuse me. Anywho. Alright. Let us take a look in here. So, let's see here. What is... Oh, God. So, brake pads need to be changed. Belt tensioner. Cam gear. Cam shaft. Yeah, that's probably what they were referring to. There's also 4 parts that are not discovered, but we need idler, ignition, oil filter, rubber bushing, so some suspension issues, serpentine belt A, and that's the i4B model, and then a couple of spark plugs. And then we need to change oil, then all of the fluids, and all that fun stuff. Alright, let me start by emptying the oil first, just so I don't, like, start tearing apart the engine and then accidentally make a mess of things, because that's always annoying. I just feel like we have to get it out anyway, so let's just get it out of the way now, and that way I don't forget. And accidentally make a mess, so. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, we need to start tearing this engine apart, which is, once again, one of those things that is just easier said than done. We need to get this timing cover off, so let us see here. Let's take away... I don't have part storage, do I? No, I do not. I'm not going to use any of these, so I'm going to sell a bunch of this stuff right now that I'm not going to use. I don't believe I'm going to need to buy those brake pads, because I already have the 2, so I don't need to worry about that. And then I'll leave that case for now until I am done with this car, and then we'll open up that case. So let's take off this idler, and then serpentine belt. We need the crankshaft pulley off. Timing cover. See, I got in my truck the timing cover is how do I put this? We were replacing the, we were trying to replace the water pump in my truck, and this was about, I think, roughly a year or 2. And I don't remember if I've told this story on this channel either. We were trying to replace the water pump, and as I got it all apart on my own. But then I ran into this issue of, oh wait, I can't actually get, I unbolt all the bolts on the outside of the water pump, and it still won't come off. It's like, what the hell? What is going on? I go and look at the engine's manual, and it's bolted. The water pump, not only is it bolted on the outside of the timing cover, it's also bolted on the inside of the timing cover. So it would essentially wound up being, I would have to take apart pretty much the entire engine. Why can't I take you out? What? It's this timing cover, isn't it? Yep. There's something under here. Yeah, I would pretty much have to take apart the entire front of the engine in order to in order to get the water pump off, which is, you know, don't get me wrong, pretty good when it comes to overall design. I'm also trying to look and see really quick if there's anything obviously wrong about this engine, because we still have those 4 parts that are in need of being fixed. I'm wondering, because he said clanking in the camshaft, which is what we just took apart, and I don't see anything else wrong, and there wouldn't be anything else wrong in there, unless if one, for some reason, the pistons are bad, so we can probably pop that, oil pan off while we're at it. And then our air filter is in there, which I can't look inside and see right now. Alright, let me go and buy, wait, timing chain. That was, okay, I thought it was rusted for a second. Let's buy those parts, and it probably would help if I actually put them on a list so I know what I need to get. That was not what I wanted. Let's see. Need 2 of you. Need 4 of you. And we'll buy the rest here in a moment. Let's start with this, though. Camshaft. We need 1 of you. We need 2 spark plug. Oh, those are considered electric, aren't they? Probably, yes. Alright. I am so used to using the tuning shop for spark plugs in my other save that I forgot that those are technically electronics. Because in my other save, I hardly ever have to replace spark plugs of a car that is just being brought in. So, oops. But at least I figured out my error pretty quickly. Alright, let's mount this back in. So anyways, back to my Suburban issues. The water pump was bolted on the inside, so great design. When it comes to you're not having to worry about it falling off on you. At the same time, the thing already had like 7-ish bolts already holding it in. So how necessary was it to have that extra like bolt or 2 on the inside so you couldn't just take it off? Like, don't get me wrong, I love the GM because it's the GM 6.2 liter diesel. I think it was GM. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was GM. Anyways, yeah, the nice design. When it comes to just it's a good engine to have, and it's been reliable so far. But when it comes down to taking it apart, it's a little iffy at best. From time to time with certain things like that. Let me turn off all these marks on the things that we have fixed, which I think was only the handful of things for now. All right. So I don't have a glowing blue engine. Honestly, I want to take a look at inside the engine really quick, along with, I also want to, okay, you have you definitely have bad, wait, no you don't, hold on. I mean, we might check that brake pad. Let us look over here. These brakes are also a bit rusty, so we probably take those off and check them. The brake pads over here definitely need to be replaced. Fuel pump looks fine. Suspension looks fine, because you can usually, one of the tricks is you can actually tell how good of condition parts are just by looking at them. You know, so, you know, if they're if everything on the car is clean and parts are there's only like a couple of parts that are rusted to high hell, chances are those are the parts that need to be replaced. So, pretty early on in the game, that's an easy way of telling if you need to actually replace something if you don't have all the tools and facilities unlocked. So I am actually going to remove this oil pan to see if we can tell if the pistons and all that are in good condition, which it looks like they are. So that makes me wonder. So that makes me think that the only things that need to be replaced are those is the two front discs and their brake pads, because those are the only things I can see that really need to be fixed. So we will let us finish fixing the bushings while we're under here, and that way we don't have to come back and do it, because we just do the brakes when the things drop down. So we'll just fix it now, that way we don't have to lower it again. And rubber bushing. Screw. There we go. Oh, let's also replace the oil filter. I4. Because I know that if I don't do that, I keep going into my wheel thinking that I have the iPad, which I don't. Did I buy the roller? I think I did. Pretty sure I did. Could be wrong. I might be making another trip over to the computer. But yeah, no, definitely change out an oil filter every single time you change your oil. You always need to change out the filter. Just taking good care of your car. Let's add parts. We need the roller. Alright, that's taken care of. Don't need these, don't need those. Don't need you marked, so we just need the belt tensioner and then the cam gear. If I quit forgetting the fact that I don't have the iPad, that is going to be probably the first thing that we get is the iPad, so I don't keep doing this thing where I'm looking for parts that don't exist. Let's see here. Belt tensioner. There we go. Then cam gear, we'll do that. There we go. And right back to this. I think we also already... No, we didn't buy the belt yet. So we need to buy the belt as well. Right. I think so. Yeah. And this time, I won't forget that I don't have an iPad. Or a tablet, whatever we're calling it. I'm one of those filthy Apple users, so, you know, I'm used to saying iPad. Although I haven't used an iPad since middle school, so, because that was something that they did early on. I think the middle schoolers now, where I went to school, I think they're using MacBooks now, which is a horrible idea because most of them could hardly take care of their iPads, and I would not trust any of them with a laptop. Especially one that was school-provided and not just personal. See, I've never seen a kid have an issue taking care of a personal laptop, but when it came down to, the school-provided electronics, you would, yeah, there would be issues. I just realized, is this... No, it's not missing any fenders. That's just how the hood is shaped. Alright, next steps. That is everything in the engine done, I believe. So it's just the brakes now, I think. So let us... Well, I mean, apart from changing out fluids and whatnot, let us take this off. We'll start with these front ones just to make sure that this is indeed what is wrong. Because I hate to start buying stuff and then realize that it is not what I need. But yeah, 25%, 27. Let us see. Yeah, brake disc, ventilated, brake pads. So that should be the same over here. Sport tire. Give me your bolts. Okay, here we are. Yep, looks all rusty and nasty just like the ones on my truck. Of course, the pads themselves are actually still good on my truck. The ones on this one are definitely not good. Let us get rid of this, because these are... I like working on brakes in this game because they're nice and easy to see, so I don't have to worry so much about it. I don't have to scroll through it very much, nor do I have to look things up, because I can just go in and find what I'm looking for nice and quickly. Let's put the rim back on. Here we are. Don't need you, Mark, don't need you. Let's come back over here to the other side. And put on you, along with the new pads. Then the caliper. See, one of the things I like, I usually don't play simulation, like job simulators and whatnot, so stuff like that, Power Wash Simulator and whatnot. I normally don't play these kinds of games, but Car Mechanic Simulator, and then the other one being Tank Mechanic Simulator, I actually enjoy for some odd reason. I do have a particular love of cars, so that's one thing to do with it, and it's honestly a bit more... especially early on in these games, when in these mechanic games, when you don't have all the tools to actually figure out what's wrong with something, you get the order. They tell you what's wrong with it. They give you a general idea of what's wrong with it, and then you kind of have to like figure it out on your own, sort of way. I actually find that kind of entertaining. So. That, and even with the tools, there will always be something wrong with it that those tools won't tell you. So it's like early on, it will give you the, it will show you the majority of the parts that you need to replace, but then there's like a few that you need to figure out for yourself. Later on with these story orders, though, you have to figure it out pretty much entirely on your own, but at that point you have most of your shop unlocked and ready to go and all that, so it's not too terribly difficult. We got all of those done, so that is all of our parts replaced. Now we need to change oil, which we've already replaced the filter and drained it, so we just need to fill it up. But yeah, no, I find Car Mechanic Simulator, along with like Tank Mechanic Simulator, I mostly like that one because it's not challenging to figure things out. It's mostly just restoring tanks, and so in most cases you just tear the whole thing apart and restore all the parts and whatnot. That one isn't as great, in my opinion, as this one, but I play it a lot more. I've played that one a lot, simply because it's, World War II tanks, and I love just restoring old vehicles. Old tanks, I mean. And just kind of seeing how they're all put together, because they've been trying, especially a lot more recently, they've been really detailing the part models in Tank Mechanic Simulator, especially on, I think the first one that I actually witnessed was what the hell do I hear outside my door? I'm gonna choose to ignore it. Yeah, the first one that I worked on in that game that was a highly detailed interior was the Russian the IS-2, I think, is the one that's in the game. And I can't remember if it's the original production version, I forget what year it was, or if it was, I think it's the 44 that has the heavily sloped front plate. I don't remember which model it was that I was working on, though. Which is a shame. Not that I'm a big fan of the IS series of tanks, to be entirely honest. If I recall correctly, they had their issues, but hey, I'm not going to complain. But anyways, we are done with this car. We got all the stuff done. I don't believe I'm missing any parts. I don't think I need to swap the air filter. I thought I did originally, but I suppose I don't need to. And I think I got all the parts in the engine put back together the way that they're supposed to be, because I do that from time to I do that from time to time where I forget to put stuff back, but doesn't look like I did. So there we go. We have a mighty 6,500 credits to work with, which is not much. Can I buy an iPad? Can I buy the tablet? I can buy the tablet. Let's get the tablet so I quit being an idiot and trying to run back and forth. On top of that, let's get the electronic multimeter, because that will help us test for stuff, and then the fuel pressure meter and compression tester is also easy enough. And tire tread gauge, why not? Everything else. Oh my god, there's a battery charger I could have been using in my other save. I forgot that thing existed. Oh dear lord, I feel stupid now. Alright. Nothing to do with this save, but in my other save, I keep selling used batteries, forgetting that there is indeed a battery charger in this game. That aside, we can work on another Old Daddy T. This one is the Sport. Or was the other one also a Sport? I don't remember. Or we can do a Land Rover that seems to need brakes repaired, which is probably, I think we'll do the Land Rover, because I do have all the DLCs for this game, so I have the I have all the actual cars and not their why did I open that up? You just need ABS pump, brakes, brake discs. Alright, simple enough. Let's start with that ABS pump. Where are you? Excuse me. A little gassy. You are just right here, and yes, you are indeed rusted to high hell. Let's get some DW04 on that, as I believe it is called in this game. And I'm attempting to take that to the back room that you repair stuff in, which I don't have, so I need to actually just outright buy a new one because I'm not smart. And I have a bad habit of running around trying to do things that I can't do in this, because I don't have all the stuff that I do in my main save. Yeah, no, in my main save I have just out in the front of the shop, I have a, oh god, what was it? The Tempest? It's Bolt something. It's in the Bolt line of family of cars. But it's the one that's modeled after the 69 the 69 Dodge Charger Daytona / the 70 Plymouth Superbird, and I absolutely love those cars, and so I have one sitting out front, painted in my Forza style gold, and I don't have the thing lifted, and I'm sitting here trying to take tires off. Yeah, I got that one painted out front in gold. in the same gold scheme that I have on my Forza car, my Forza Daytona. So we need new caliper, new vented disc. That's easy enough to get. That one. Vented disc, caliper. Let's add all this stuff back. And brake caliper, and then we will also, once I'm done with this car, then we will go and open up that case, because I realize I forgot to do that. And also sell all these old parts that I'm accumulating. I might actually be able to get the repair shop and fix up some of these parts. Because we can renovate the room next to the shop here, and that will give us the ability to do that, but I don't remember how much that costs. And I think it is cheaper to, it should be cheaper to, repair parts than it is to buy new ones. At least in a lot of cases there are, especially when you're high-level repair skill. That was a normal brake disc, I believe. And then a new caliper, because... So yeah, it's cheaper with, especially things like engine blocks that, are rusted through, or, a lot of your suspension parts. The big hefty ones like, gearboxes and stuff. Those are most certainly cheaper to fix than they are to... just outright replace, because I think new engine blocks cost you upwards to, depending on it is, I think at least 100. Let's see here. Where are, yeah, okay, yeah, depending on what you get, you're looking at anywhere from a little over 1,000 to anywhere upwards to, like 3,500, something like that. So yeah, they're not cheap, whereas you can spend maybe a couple hundred just repairing what you have. What else needs to be done? I think we got everything. Yeah, that's all done. Alright, let us finish this order. That was a 1K payout. And I believe we got a level up, so we got another skill point. Let's increase our screwing speed. Our wrench speed. Garage expansion, salvaging. Let's see here. What is the one that... So we can get warehouse tool storage, but for that we need... So I think the expand back end of your garage allows further development of your workspace. Which I believe is the room next door, which would allow us to get the, yeah, so that's what allows us to get all these repair benches. These 4 repair stations that allow us to do all sorts of fancy stuff, but that is also expensive, so we will do that when we can. Let us see here. We got another story mission. Let's Valson 2040. Oh my, okay, it's 1993 car. I thought it was saying that was a 2040 model. I was like, what the hell year are we in? We might do that 1961 Jaguar really quick. Let's sell parts. I don't want to keep any of this. Well, okay, we'll save the... Actually, here, we'll open up those cases, but yeah, we'll do this Jaguar first. Let's open the cases. So the cases you open up and it's just flipping a couple of cards over and seeing what you get. So we got some money in a barn map location. Let's open up our next one. See your money and that one. And we got another case. Awesome. All right. We got a reroll, more money, and some XP. Not great right now. We'll use up that barn location, so that just adds to our current list. So we can, if we want to, we can go out and go to that. Once we reach level 10, we can go out to that barn and pull either old parts that are still in decent condition, or you know, buy whatever barn find cars that they might have. But for now, they got an issue with this engine. Do they know exactly what's wrong? Okay, so filters, just the filters. All right, that's not too terrible. And I don't believe I need to change the oil to do that. Although having said that, I'm a little concerned that I might have to actually change the oil when doing that oil filter, so I might do that anyway, unless if someone tells me otherwise before I get to that point. Alright. Take that off. Because normally you change your oil filter when you get an oil change. So it's like for this, I'm not even sure if I'm doing this right. Okay, I am doing that right. That is a big filter. Alright, I don't think I've ever actually worked on one of these in game. So I had no idea what this air filter went to, nor did I think it was that big. But you know, I guess, hey, I'm not gonna argue. All right, let's get these clips back on, and I might need something to drink here in a moment. You know what? Trial and error. Let's just take it off. Okay, I can't just take it off and replace it. That makes me feel a lot better. Said it was an i4 air filter, and yet this is an i6, I believe. Which is odd because, you know, what am I doing? Filter. Do this the easy way. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you they could have just used the i6 filter, but you know, I'm not gonna complain. But I do believe that's all we need to do for this thing. I really like the old Jaguars. They look really nice. Oh well, I'm probably never going to be able to afford one that's in this good of a condition, so we'll just let it out of my garage. And yes, I was talking about a real-life one, not an in-game one. The in-game one we can easily get. What am I doing? Phone call. Alright, let me get something to drink. Then I'll go and read this. What is that? Okay, yeah, looks like... Pour me some cola here. So change oil, and then other tasks probably involving refilling the windshield wiper fluid, and amongst other things. All right, let me drink. All right, that way I'm not killing my throat. Good morning. Hello, young man. Please help me. That is not a great voice. I'm gonna stop doing that. I set off on a ride and my car stopped working. It just shut down suddenly. Fortunately, some good young men towed me to your workshop. If it weren't for them, I'd rather not go into it. Please see what you can do to get it up and running again. I have no idea what could have happened. Usually, everything was working just fine after a 6-month break. Thanks for setting up a workshop here in the middle of nowhere. In the meantime, please allow me to use the restroom. I'll see you soon. Change oil, and yeah, we talked about that. Wait, so usually everything was working just fine after a 6-month break. Uh-huh. 6 months is a long time, buddy. I'm gonna be real with you. I try to run my truck at least once a week. For a car that's older than, for a vehicle that's older than 2000. I know my dad had an old 90s, he had a couple of old 97 Jeep Cherokees when I was younger, and he would try and make sure that those were ran at least once every couple months. Just to make sure that they didn't just stop working on them. So your radiator is shot, that's for sure. Which doesn't bode well for the rest of the engine. Because if your radiator ain't working, or if your oil has leaked, which actually I have another funny story about oil leaks and how that can ruin an engine pretty quickly. Yeah, if your engine isn't cooled, you're really gonna F up your engine, which is one thing War Thunder gets right. Especially, they actually recently fixed that, added that for ground vehicles in War Thunder, so if your radiator gets shot, oh yeah, that makes sense, your fuel pump is also garbage. You can see that highlighted all the way back there. And I think we have everything listed here. We don't have to go and look for stuff. Let's start easy with the radiator. Oh. That's right, it's a radiator C, so it contains its own fluid. And I didn't drain it. God damn it. Oh. Well, it's only 50 credits. I can feel bad about that later. Oh, it's an old style, like my truck, so it doesn't have a separate reservoir for radiator fluid. It's just all stored inside the radiator itself. Oopsies. That was my bad. Don't need that. Anyways, so, yeah, no, Gaijin, it was, I don't remember what update they added it in, because it was just like one of those, one day I noticed that it was a thing where if your radiator gets shot on your tank, you can still drive around for a bit, but eventually, if you don't repair it pretty quickly, your engine will actually overheat and kill itself. So it's like a slow and painful death for your radiator. For your engine, I mean. In War Thunder, which I think was I think it was a cool addition. Honestly, it was very unexpected, because in the past you could just lose your radiator in a ground vehicle and it wouldn't matter. And aircraft, on the other hand, that's a different story. The amount of times I've had issues with my radiator, with my aircraft engines crapping out because I overheat. Anyways, yeah, that was definitely an issue I would have. Not as much as just crashing into the ground or being shot down, but it was still an issue. Because I'm not a great pilot in that game, to be entirely honest. Never really have been. I've done better recently, though. I'm not as bad as like some people I've seen in that game, thankfully, but I'm certainly not flawless. I also have no idea what I actually need. Okay, so it's a sock type engine. We'll put that on. What else do we need? We need the belt for it, and I think that's just a normal tensioner. Don't need the cam gear anymore. We need the belt, and then get that off the list. Do that. I needed the tensioner for it, because I think it was just a normal one. It's definitely not that one. Alright, belt. Tensioner. There we go. It was the normal one. Do I need to replace that whole water pump? I think I do. We'll look at that here in a moment. Let's get this back on, because I think the crankshaft was the pulley was the one thing that didn't need to be fixed. So let's uncheck all of these that I have fixed. That way I don't have that stuff overlapping. Yeah, we need to fix that water pump. And the alternator, which is... That one I do remember is in the electronics section. I do believe. I could be wrong. We're about to find out. Yeah, there it is. I remember some stuff. Not everything, but enough. Anywho. So yeah, but going back to War Thunder though, the addition of your radiator causing issues for your actual tank's engine is... I enjoy that because the amount of times, especially when fighting T-34s, you would shoot their radiator, well, you would go to shoot their engine, and their radiator would just eat it. And they will just continue on, and by the time you figured it out, you've lost them. Now, they don't take too long to repair in game, but if you don't repair them quickly, your engine will overheat very quickly. So, you know, I'd say it's balanced enough. It will slow you down for a couple of seconds unless if you don't fix it immediately. Then it just slows you down, and because you have to now repair your entire engine. Why do I mark down 4 of them? I know how many of these things I need. Oh god. Don't know why I even bothered trying to put that on a list. Anywho. I'm used to using the shopping list a lot more now because in my other save I will tear down an entire engine. And then I'll put it on a list what I need, and then I'll compare the main shop with the tuning shop, because in the tuning shop doesn't have parts for tuning parts for everything that is in the main shop, but it has enough. Somebody in Discord?
Hello.
Oh, hi, Nacho. Okay, there we go. I'm back in the game. Hi, Nacho. How was splitting wood?
Oh, it was a blast, as always.
I just heard some banging around. I'm like, who the hell is that Nacho?
I am here.
Yeah, you enjoyed messing around with
your car repair.
Yeah. Are you watching the stream?
Yes.
You're the one person watching the stream? Alright, unless my phone isn't updating.
Mine says one person watching as well, so I'm assuming that's me.
I don't know. Mine has... How long have you been watching?
Oh, like just a minute or two.
So there has been somebody else. I think there has been at least one other person watching. That wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Because it doesn't tell me. So, but it also doesn't say that there's 2 people. So I don't know. The YouTube does a weird thing where it does not update. And I've also forgotten what I was looking for in my part shop.
We're gonna put a little smiley face up there for you.
Oh, thank you. I feel like somebody has participated now. Yay.
Yay.
Anywho, yeah, no, I don't. I was talking about how Gaijin. Hold on. I was talking about how Gaijin added in the fact that radiators now actually are required for your engine to not overheat in tank battles. What was I looking for? I need an I4 filter. And then I was also talking about how I was going to tell the story about how you and I were coming back down from Farley and not realizing that the van had an oil leak and all the oil leaked out.
Yeah, I dumped out someplace along the line.
Yeah, it was funny because it was spewed all over the back windshield, or the back window, and we didn't even notice that it was covered in oil until we got home.
Need to look behind me anyway.
No, there was like no one on the road. Because, that is out in the middle of pretty much nowhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, it's I imagine we spewed it out going down the highway.
Yeah, somebody got a face full,
somebody
probably.
behind us was like, "What the hell?"
Somebody's pissed.
Somebody was very upset. Did I fix the? I did not replace the fuel filter.
Obviously, besides just me being upset, because I was kind of pissed about that.
Yeah,
but I got a new truck out of the deal.
Yeah, you got the new pickup out of that whole situation. So, yeah, that's always nice. Yeah, because I don't even know if it was probably leaking out of because what had happened was we were coming back from Farley, and there was just a leak that we didn't notice was there. So by the time we got home, we got out and realized all the oil was empty. So somewhere along the lines, our engine, the engine got us all the way there, but because of it.
Well, I think it started dinging as soon as we got we were just starting to pull up towards the house. I think.
Yeah, I think it finally decided that enough was enough by the moment we got home.
Yeah, once we got off the highway, I noticed it felt kind of weird, and I wasn't exactly sure what was going on. But we didn't have that far to the house, so
either way, we kind of completely destroyed that.
There's oil. I have no idea where it came from because there was oil just everywhere. It was the entire engine compartment was covered in oil. I have no idea what the hell happened.
Yeah, that engine just got entirely destroyed in one day.
It probably could have been fixed. I had no interest in doing it. I was like, I am sick of it.
That van needed to be put out of its misery, to be entirely honest. It was old at that point.
Yeah, it was oldish. Yeah.
What year was that again?
Oh, it wasn't that. I mean, I think it was an 07. So it wasn't that old, but
I don't know. That's kind of old in car years. It's not suburban old, but
well, it's old in more modern car years. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, modern cars don't last as long anymore.
Yeah, so especially a lot of that's more kind of some of those things don't hold up quite as well. Although it was a Toyota, it still wasn't that bad.
Yeah, Toyota. No, it was fine. It was fine while we had it. Do I need to replace? I need to change oil in this, don't I? I do.
Speaking of which, yes. Probably should.
Speaking of oil.
Yeah, put that
well, here's the thing. This guy had broken down on the side of the road out in the middle of nowhere and got towed. A couple of guys, I guess, found him, towed him over here, and now I need to figure out what all was wrong with it and fix it. Wait, did I already buy filter? I did.
I think you bought a filter. I don't think you even installed the filter.
No, I didn't. I knew I hadn't installed it yet. I was staring at an empty filter slot. Starter needs to be put back because I have a very nasty habit of trying to. I finished. Excuse me. I finished the order. And the order would have had me take off the starter so I can get the gearbox off, so I can get into the engine and whatnot. By the time I'm done with the order, I'll have this habit of forgetting to put the starter back on. So the game will yell at me, hey, put this guy's starter back on his car. Fuel pump.
Dude, placing everything on that car. What are you doing?
I don't have any way of repairing parts right now.
Oh.
Because this is a new save. In my other save, I do have the part repair stuff, but I can't just fix parts right now. So I have to replace all this stuff. I need a couple of relays, because this is a 90s car that is fancy and has electronics, unlike my old-ass 83 Suburban.
Fancy as a Volvo. Come on.
It's a Volvo.
Fancy. Fancy's not the right word.
It's fancy by my standards. Oh Lord, you should have seen. You should have seen one the first car that I did anything with in the stream. It was an old like 1910s, 1920s pickup that somebody had turned into a hot rod.
Some.
It was something special. I'll guarantee that. Also.
Awesome.
Also, I don't know if you were here when I pulled out the radiator and accidentally spilt radiator fluid everywhere because I forgot that the radiator on this car doesn't have an external, does not have an external, reservoir. So I kind of just made a mess.
No, I did not see that part.
Yeah, I was being particularly stupid.
It happens.
But yeah, that was actually what got me started on the whole make sure your oil is filled and your radiator is in good condition conversation, because this guy's radiator was completely shot. Which was like, yeah, that's probably why your engine decided to crap out on you in the middle of the road. Then your fuel pump was horrible.
Yeah, that happens too.
Yeah, well, you know, I was like, you know, because we had that issue with the Suburban's fuel pump, or one of its fuel pumps, where it stopped working, and one of the plugs on it went bad, or quote unquote plug, as we found out. And it just wasn't, because there was that air in the system, it wasn't running. You remember that?
Yeah, sort of.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Speaking of coolant. Yeah, no, it was when we had to leave the Suburban out on Main Street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because we had gotten the windows fixed. Is what we were doing out there with that.
Oh, that's
the guy,
right.
The guy
that's
told
right.
us,
And
the guy told us that,
yeah.
that the thing kind of crapped out on him when he was trying to pull it. I think he was trying to pull it into his garage. Or it was either that or he's pulling it back out and just decided to
pulling it back out. Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, he got the job done, and at some point along the line, the engine crapped out on him, and we couldn't figure out why.
Well, we eventually did.
We had spent like what, almost a week trying to figure it out, and we spent
a week waiting for those dipshits at that repair shop to come pick it up and fix it, and they never did. And even though they're only around the corner, I mean,
they're literally right next door. You could you can spend 2 minutes walking over to their shop because it was literally right over the hill.
Yeah, so we just kind of like, okay, forget that.
Yeah, well, we eventually decided to give up, went over there, looked to see if we could figure out what was wrong with it ourselves, and then realized that it was Larry had done a jerry-rigged plug on one of the fuel.
Plug the vacuum line.
Yeah. So
or the end of the fuel vacuum line. I don't know if it's a fuel line or whatever, but there's a little plug at the end of it.
No, it's like it was a fuel injector, wasn't it? Actually, not the pump.
I can't remember. Shit, it was part of the.
I think
it's not a fuel injector, but it's one of the fuel lines. It was a terminating line from the series of fuel lines that go to all the glow plugs.
Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG.
So it was a terminating plug.
Okay.
At the end of that wouldn't
instead of having
that was leaking.
Yeah, well, and it wasn't even the proper plug. Larry had taken a piece of fuel line, cut a small piece of fuel line, shoved a screw into one end, and then just put that on as a plug. And
well, that's what we ended up doing too, and it's still working.
You ended up just. I remember you just took it off, cut the end of it off.
Oh
because
yeah, I trimmed it up and redid it. Yeah,
and it trimmed it up and put it back on. And I've talked about for the longest time getting a proper plug for it, and I still haven't done that. That was like what, a year or two ago. I think a couple years ago now.
I think it's been more than that.
No, it would have been a couple years, roughly, maybe a bit longer, because I think that was back.
Well, we got the
before.
We got the truck.
That was
I guess it was probably 20. I think it was 21, 2021, somewhere right in that range.
Yeah, because I think I was still yeah, because I think that was around graduation time.
Yeah, I mean, but it was. I mean, we got it from them in early in 2020.
All right.
I think
Hello.
they gave
Okay.
it to us,
Yeah,
and then I think so. It was either late 2020 or very early 2021.
Well, we got the thing. We got the thing back in winter of 2020.
Yeah, because well, he passed in 2019, but it was September 2019. But I don't think we got it until we might have gotten it in that December. It was that December or January that we got it.
Well, it was 2020. I know that it was winter of 2020.
Okay, well then it was
because we spent all winter trying to get those guys over at that repair shop to get it fixed to begin with, and it was moving around their lot constantly, and they spent like 2-3 months getting it fixed, even though it wasn't even that complicated.
Charge an arm and leg for it.
Yeah, that too.
Well, it turns out if they had just replaced everything, they would have been fine. But hey, they're just slow. That wasn't right there. That wasn't their. Yeah. I think they were in the process of changing business models and just couldn't get it done.
Yeah. Anyway, I need to read this. Hello, I saw that you've got quite good reviews, and I thought you'll surely handle my problem. I've been to a few experts already. The things that each expert said didn't match up at all. What? Of course it's scrolling too quickly. Yeah, the things that each expert said and did didn't match up at all. Of course the problem is still there. It boils down to this constant banging. It's unbearable, and the gearbox isn't working properly after the last quote-unquote repair. After a week, changing gear became a nightmare. Please check it and try to fix any problems. I'm counting on your honesty. It's the last chance for my car. If this doesn't do the trick, I'll have no other option but to get rid of it. Anyway, let me know what happens, and then we need to change oil.
Okay, so the way to do that, the way to do that in the real world is say, "Oh yeah, it's unfixable, but we'll buy it from you real cheap. Then you fix it and resell it for a profit."
Okay.
Sorry, is that unethical? Guess what?
I don't know.
Auto shop.
You say that as if you have experience.
A little bit.
Wait, really?
No.
Okay.
Well, not for one of my vehicles specifically, but yes, I know people I know people and I know mechanics who
have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yes, I know a lot of. Yes, I've known a lot of people that would do that. Oops, excuse me.
Yeah, speaking of having people not being able to figure out what's wrong with an engine, that thing with Tom comes to mind. Yeah. Having it.
Today, you mean?
Yeah, today. Like, did he? He didn't say anything about what did he say they thought was wrong with it?
Oh, you know what? I didn't really pay that close attention.
It was that old pickup that they were talking about that.
It was an old top kick, which is it was a '91 top kick, which is kind of their mid-size, one of the Chevy GM, mid-size trucks, kind of more of a commercial truck. So I don't know. It was something to do with the injection system. I think I actually don't remember. I really wasn't paying that close attention.
You're like he just wants the book. Let's just give him the
book.
Give him the book.
My main issue is I need to find the service manual and get it to him.
He knows what he's doing, ish.
Well, yeah, it's debatable, but you know.
No, I think Tom knows what he's doing when it comes to a lot of
sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. You know.
I don't know. He seems to. He was always the one.
He knows more than I do. Let's put it that way.
He knows more than our dumbasses. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm counting on you to remember what he told us to do regarding the Suburban's drum brake.
Oh, it's heating up the drum. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what torch
Heat
to
up
use and all
the drum,
that.
the bell that goes over it,
All
so
right.
to try to tap it. It's still
Oh dear lord.
hopefully break that rust seal.
Oh, I did all those tests, and the only things that I have figured out is that the camshaft is bad and two of the pistons are bad. Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a bad sway bar in the back. That's all rusted.
Jeez,
Right.
you start getting in camshafts and so that's some expensive repair work there.
Oh yeah, no, that's
You're talking two pistons that are bad and the camshaft. You're talking an upper end,
yeah, and I imagine
lower rebuild on your engine. You might. I'd trash a damn car. What kind of car is it?
It is because it's made up. So, well, then the name is made up. So it's based off. It looks like it's based off of a Toyota.
Oh yeah, I'd
try. Honestly, if it were me, I'd trash it. This isn't a car that I would want to.
Oh, that might be a Honda. It might be a Honda.
Oh, it could. Yeah,
Civic
it might.
Or something.
Either way, it's a car that I wouldn't want to
or
keep.
Or Toyota Celica or something. I don't know. You might as well. If you got to rebuild that engine, you might as well trash it.
Yeah, ignition coils are bad. Actually, here, let me.
Damn.
What?
Your ignition coils are bad too?
Yeah, hold on. Well, that's only 5 things that are wrong with this engine. There is a whole list of parts that I have not found yet, so I need to tear this engine to shreds and figure it out. Well, actually, I know the sway bar is one of them.
I'd put that car in a shredder and be done.
Sway bar, both of the sway bars are bad. And then the front drive shaft is also bad. You can tell because of all the rust. It looks like the wheel hub bearing is bad on this wheel. The one over here is also terrible, and I would imagine the ones.
It's just a little.
Oh my god! I thought that was a drum brake for a second. I was like, "What the hell is this doing with a drum brake?"
No.
Okay.
None of that.
Okay, the wheel hub.
You're just having a You're just having flashbacks.
Okay, these are good. Yeah, I'm having a lot of flashbacks to that. Every time I see drum brakes in this game, I always kind of just like lock up because I cringe a bit because it's like, oh dear lord, that's horrific to see. Oh god, spark plugs are bad too. There's a diesel engine in this game, which is which I've never actually seen. I can't remember if I drained the oil out of this thing.
Oh my goodness. I'm distracting you.
Well, it's like I'll do something and then I'll start wondering if I actually did that thing because it's been a minute and I can't remember because I'm stupid. I'm gonna need to lift the thing anyway. We'll continue effing around with the top end later. Car lift 1. Let's just make sure. I did. Okay. I want to take this off because I actually want to see if all the bearings are still in one piece, which they probably aren't. Yeah, look at that. All the crankshaft bearings are rusted.
So essentially, if it's rusted in this game, if it's rusted, it's bad.
If it's rusted, it's bad. So that's how you can visually tell if something's wrong. Oh god. Right here, your flywheel is also bad. Which doesn't surprise me because he said,
"Man, you know what? I'd be like I said, I'd toss that car in the shredder. I'd take that bitch down to this Kaw River shredding and get me a new one."
Yeah, I'm gonna go get me a new car. God damn it!
That thing's a piece of.
Yeah, all the rod caps are also rusted.
Than what it's worth.
Yeah, this is if I were the guy, yeah, I would. Yeah. Of course, this is, oh wait, no, this isn't the guy that, it was the last guy that was stranded out in the middle of nowhere. There is only one, oh god, I need to get my DW04 on this bolt.
Your what?
They don't call it WD-40 in this game, they call it DW04. on the
Nice.
can. It's kind of funny. I love it.
That's awesome.
Is the starter under here, or is that something I can remove from the top end? It's something I have to remove from the top end.
Somebody else is here.
It's Caleb. Caleb? Are you watching the stream?
I am not. I just got home from Hy-Vee.
Ooh, what were you doing over at
something good?
What were you doing at my place of employment? Bullying Zach?
Find some Angry Orchard.
Oh.
Nice.
He's doing it right.
Yeah.
I still have that bottle of Jack Daniels sitting on my desk.
I'm happy
I'm sipping on one of them fancy torpedoes.
Not that it would have mattered, but the guy behind the counter didn't ask for my card. I guess I look old enough.
Well, was it what did he look like? Was it
tall guy, about probably like 40 or 50.
That might have been Mr. Larky.
Yeah, it might have been Larky.
so the
we shouldn't use his name on the like.
Oh, I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares.
Well, I know, but I mean, we don't want that. You know, that he's probably supposed to cry. He probably knows who you are. So
probably.
Well, he would have been. So Larky's the one who got me into the scouting program. He's the one that came to the elementary school, and on the recruiting rounds, so to speak. So back in the day, so I've known him for a long time. He got a job there at Hy-Vee. I think that was the summer or the winter after he graduated. I think that was mid to late 2021. So yeah. So it's like, yeah, everyone else at work, I'll use like their first name and whatnot, but no, I still always call him Mr. Larky.
What you playing?
So we're playing Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. So it's like that, which, yesterday I was saying, if you just want to hop in and hang out and chat for a bit, help keep things entertaining. So Nacho's here watching the stream, and I am kind of going off and forgetting what I'm doing. See, this is a lot easier than working on an engine in real life.
Yeah, I guarantee it. I would have sworn up a storm by now, and busted a couple knuckles and hit it with a few hammers and stormed off. Yeah, I would have been pissed at this car by now.
Yeah, that only happens for me in this game when there is one part somewhere that I can't find, so I wind up having to tear apart the entire freaking engine, and then realizing it's something small and tiny that's wrong in the suspension area. Yeah, I have had a lot of moments with this game. So, what was I saying?
It's supposed to be cider, and it tastes sort of like beer. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, what kind of cider?
What is it? What do you got?
It's Angry Orchard. Is it just normal?
Huh?
Is it the normal Angry Orchard?
It's just plain Angry Orchard.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean,
Angry Orchard's okay, but really, Woodchuck's the place to be for cider, hard cider.
Yeah.
The classic red Woodchuck is really the place to be.
I can now.
When I got Jim Beam bourbon.
Oh, that's okay too.
Jim Beam bourbon, you say?
I would say, heck, Woodchuck. Of course, I'm old, and this was a long time ago. But back when I was in college, and I was going to spend a semester in college in England, and you used to be able to buy Woodchuck in a 2-liter bottle, just like it was soda.
I think I mentioned it. This at one point.
Amazing.
I think I mentioned this either during a recording or on one of the past live streams. You were talking about having gotten 2-liter jugs of Woodchuck.
Oh yeah, and it was great too because it was cheap. It was actually really cheap too. I mean, you can get a 2-liter for the equivalent of about back then. I mean, it was probably about $10, maybe $5-10, something like that. I can't remember. It was cheap. It was fairly cheap.
Yeah.
For what it was, and man, a 2-liter would last you all night. I mean, you could go all night. So on a cheap weekend or something, Friday we'd go run into town, everyone would buy a 2-liter, and you were good to go. It was a party.
I might spike my next glass of Coca-Cola. Or it's not Coca-Cola, but still, it's off-brand. My off-brand.
Your store brand cola.
My store brand cola, because I don't buy anything else because everything else is expensive.
Which is on sale Hy-Vee if you're a Plus member for 77 cents per 2
We're
liter.
not talking about that. They ain't paying me to do a sponsorship.
Well, hey, I'm just trying to do our.
They only pay me to fill their freezers and dairy coolers. I ain't doing anything else for them.
Hey, man, I'm just saying it beats buying Coca-Cola for $4 a 2-liter or whatever bullshit price they got.
It's 7, I think.
I don't know. It's retarded. It's expensive. It's horrible.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Words I don't want you to use on YouTube because,
it's economically challenged. How's that?
Jesus Christ. Oh, no.
Ooh, sack him, yes.
You watching a football game?
You're watching the game on.
Oh, you're playing Madden? Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say you better not be watching the Steelers Patriots game because that sounds like trash. I can't even remote. I mean, the Steelers. I mean, no offense, the Steelers starting quarterback wasn't all that great anyway. But now they're playing their backup. I mean, come on, and the Patriots are just hot garbage this year. There's that game shouldn't even be on the air any place.
We've got Nacho started up on something. I'm
sitting
here just trying to fix it. I've realized that this guy.
You're just trying to fix some guy's crappy Toyota or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sad Pacheco's probably not going to be in next week's game.
Hinata Moon Mark 1.
Okay, I'm sorry. What'd you say, Caleb?
I'm sad that Pacheco is probably not going to be in the next game. He hasn't been at practice the past couple days.
Is he looking like a scratch? That's not good.
He looks like he's going to be put on the injured list.
Oh no, that's a damn shame because he's fun to watch.
Lord.
He's one of the funnest things to watch about our Chiefs this year.
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord, the flywheel in this car looks just like the Suburbans before I had it replaced. It's awful. Look at this.
It's messy.
Oh, the clutch plate too.
What's going on in here?
Oh God, it's Cameron. Party over here. Can I do that? No, I can't. I can't.
We're watching Connor repair crappy cars on some game.
Nacho's watching me fix an off-brand Toyota.
That was pass interference.
Off-brand Toyota?
Yeah, off-brand Toyota. That's what this is.
Is that what you call that?
It's what this thing is.
Oh,
God. I think I have found everything but 2 parts. It's going to be one of those kinds of cars. I'm about to have the same issue that Tom's having, where I can't figure out what the hell's wrong with this.
What is that?
It's not it wouldn't be the piston rings, because I'm pretty sure the pressure test would have told me. Wait a minute. It should have. But I'm wondering. I can't, because I don't have the suspension test area. I'm wondering if there is something wrong with another rubber.
That upsets me.
Another set of bushings. Or perhaps it's actually, it might be the air filter. Air filter tends to be an issue. Huh. All right, we'll test that in a bit. Right now, everything else in this engine seems fine. So I need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3 of those, and then 2 pistons. And then flywheel and clutch plate. All right. Time to start buying stuff. Did you just say you need another beer?
I agree.
Of course you do. Somebody needs another woodchuck. I need 3 crankshaft bearings. 3 of these, and then 2 pistons. This is going to be a lucrative contract. I call it a contract. This is going to be a lucrative repair job, I should say.
Alright.
Since I'm having to replace half of the damn engine. Might as well just given this slapped in a whole brand new engine in this damn thing. It's a mess in here. Oh, anywho. So anyways, Caleb, you've done anything else interesting today?
Went to work.
Okay.
Okay, that's not interesting.
Well, I mean, all right.
Got a call from somebody that still goes to high school that I know, and they're like, "Hey, we're broken down. You come like help us out?" And I'm like, "Sure." They left their hazard lights on, so they needed a battery charge.
Oh Jesus.
Nice.
Let do death by leaving hazard lights running.
Yep.
I've done that a couple times with the Suburban, where I'll just leave the headlights running on accident at work.
Yep.
So Steven will, one of our guys there, Steven, he'll usually see my truck with the lights on and be like, "Hey Connor, your lights are still on." I'll be like, "Oh well, shoot." I should probably go fix that.
I understand the struggle of manual headlights. I have those as well.
Your vehicle isn't as old as mine.
It's still old enough to have manual headlights. So.
I don't feel as bad as I would if I had any other car, because with that Suburban, it has 2 batteries. Meaning I have twice as long before it becomes an issue. Sort of. I still would not want one of those batteries to die on me, because then there would not be enough juice in order to turn over the starter in that thing. At least I don't think. We've had issues with...
a new battery is like $200 fucking dollars.
There is also that.
I had to put a new battery in the truck there, in the pickup there, and it was almost $250. Like,
really?
Damn it! You gotta be shitting me.
Already?
I about dropped a golden brick on their floor.
I didn't think that thing would need a battery already.
Well, I know, but it was bad and it works now, so it's better than I guess it is just what it is.
Yeah, I see.
We gotta get this
Suburban
down this
superior.
end zone.
Suburban is
We gotta get the football down to the end zone.
Caleb, kill him. Kill the Hun.
2nd and 10 on the 30 with 30 seconds left.
Oof? Question mark.
So who are you playing? What team are you playing with?
I'm playing a franchise game as the Chiefs.
Oh,
Good.
Excellent, of course.
As you should.
The only real way to play Madden.
As you play as the
Exactly.
Chiefs. Oh, dear Lord.
We used to do that before the Chiefs were actually even good.
And you guys wouldn't make them good in-game, because they were not in real life at the time. Back when you guys were playing all the time.
We didn't tell that last. I can't remember which version that was, but it's they changed something and all of a sudden the game started to suck again, and we're like, okay, I'm done. I'm not
You
playing
guys
this
stopped
anymore.
playing that. You guys haven't played Madden in years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Oh.
Well, when they started making more emphasis on like the GM stuff and this, that, the team, I'm like, you know what? I just want to play the damn game. I don't want to do all that other bullshit.
And they've reworked the system to where it's more physics-based than animation-based. So I'm happy about that.
Well, that's good.
That sounds fine.
I
still don't like
just
football,
laid
but
Jared Goff out on the floor.
Caleb over here gonna fold a man.
I just held them at the goal line for 4 plays.
Awesome. Now
Good.
I'm actually up here. Before I
Look,
put
I killed them
everything
all.
back
Oh, wait.
together, let me see. Are you... Okay, air filter is okay, so air filter is not the issue. Because there's still 2 parts that are unaccounted for in my list of things that need to be freaking fixed. And this is one of the... I was talking about it earlier in the stream, where I am going to have... I actually find it more entertaining, car mechanic simulator is more entertaining simply for the fact that I actually have to try and figure out what is wrong with a car. Don't tell me it's the reservoirs. Tell me your conditions. You are fine. This car has an intercooler. Are you what's bad? No, you're not. All right. Hey, Nacho, I'm gonna need that hammer here in a moment.
Sure.
I'm gonna start.
I suggest the 5-pounder.
5-pounder, all right.
Get out of it. Just beat the fuck out of it.
It's certainly getting to that point where it's gonna be a whole lot of what the hell is wrong with this thing, because I am not seeing anything else that is broken.
It's hiding.
It absolutely is. I wonder if it's I'm wondering if it's the bushings that are on the inside of these lower suspension arms on the front, because there's like a rubber bushing in the mount that I can't actually see what condition it's in. So without taking it out, I can't just look in there. So, and I don't see anything else wrong. So, yeah. Huh. You're fine. You're fine. Filter was fine. Everything in the fuse box looked okay. You're not rusted. Battery's fine. Ugh, God. Yeah, it's turning into one of those things. Suspension's fine. Inner tie rod, front wheel hub. No, it's not gonna tell me the condition of the bushings. Screw you. Exhaust, what about you? Please tell me you're what's bad. No, you're not.
Well, that's enough of that game.
I am having the time of my life. This is very much starting to appear to be a lot more what you would expect from real automotive repair.
Is it?
It definitely is. How much does the test path cost? Ooh, 10,000. I do not have that much money. Okay.
Better fix this car so you can get some cash.
I would love to, Nacho, but I don't know what else is wrong with this car.
Well, I mean,
it's just 2 parts that I'm still missing, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to take those wheels off. It has to be something with those. It has to be those. I guarantee it's those rubber bushings. If anything, like I can't think of what else it could be. Everything else looks fine. Oh.
Sorry about that.
Oh, Jesus. It'd help if I can click the right part. There it is. Lower suspension arm. If it is not this, then I am at a loss. It is not those. All right. Lovely. Oh, dear Lord. What is wrong with this car? Freaking bubbly freaking car.
Yeah, what's wrong with it? It's a knockoff Honda or whatever.
Not knockoff Toyota, I think is what we
Something
decided
like that.
upon.
Honda, Toyota, I don't know. It's like a cross between the two.
I'm wondering if it is... Because I don't believe this thing tells me the condition of piston rings. So I'm wondering if the piston rings in this thing are... bad. Is it going to show me parts? It will not show me the parts list. Oh, I didn't realize it would actually show me an engine swap option. Okay. That's interesting. So, what could be wrong with you? Apart from the fact that I've torn half of the engine apart.
I think more than half, but anyway.
Shut up. Quiet you. See, because the hub and the hub cap, the hub bearing and the hub cap are fine on the back, so it's not those. It's nothing in there. I am having a hell of a time trying to find this. Wait. Is that... What is that? I saw something rusty. Oh, that's just a bolt. Well, I can always put the engine back together, change everything out, and then, yeah, I can put it back together and then see if the damn thing starts and then go from there. Put the engine head back on. Oh, I need a new camshaft, that's right. Oh. So, Caleb, you kicking their asses?
I'm not playing anymore.
Your microphone is doing something really stupid.
I had it away from my face.
Ah, I see.
That's why.
That explains a lot. I was like, what the hell has happened to his microphone? What am I doing? I don't need to go over there. I got the tablet now. Yeah. I am struggling. Oh, God, my arm. Ow. Arm hurty.
Oops.
How long have I been streaming? I don't know.
I don't know. It's like 5:37.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so I've been going an hour and a half now, which is about as long as the allotted time I gave myself. So I'm gonna finish this car up and then wrap up the stream because
because nobody else is watching anyway.
Well, I'm losing my sanity real quickly. So
I just watched. You knew that they were making a live action TV series of Fallout, right?
Yes, I knew about that. Supposedly, there's a lot of concerns about it.
Oh, I don't know. They got a
They got a trailer.
The initial trailer for it is up on Prime right now. You can watch it.
Is it on Prime? Okay, so it's probably gonna.
Yeah,
be
it didn't look like too terrible.
Well, I think the concerns are how lore accurate it's actually going to be. I don't know. I haven't watched any actual videos. Just as, like most of the reviews about that trailer I've seen, and just information in general, I've heard that it's that people don't have high hopes.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's never going to be perfect by any means.
Well, that goes for a lot of Fallout things, to be entirely honest nowadays. As much as I love Fallout, it recently has had issues. Fallout 4 was fine. Fallout 76, Not so much. This thing has a freaking turbocharger on it. Oh, Lord. Electronics. I need... What do I need? I need 2 ignition coils and then 2 spark plugs. Where the hell's the ignition coils? I know they aren't that hard to find. There they are. Yeah, see, this thing has glow plugs in the list now, so there's a diesel engine somewhere in this game that I am very, very curious about. I just don't know what vehicle uses it. Alright. Cam gear. And the few cam gears that I actually need to bolt back onto the car. Onto the engine. Alright. Yeah, I genuinely do not know what is wrong with this thing.
Alright. I say break out the C4.
Cameron, I need you to go and talk to Rico Rodriguez and get me that RPG.
Well, I mean...
This car needs to be put out of its misery.
Well, I mean, I am playing, so let me ask him.
Well, if you see a Toyota-looking thing, blow it up for me. Oh god, there's still all the fuel injectors. What could possibly be going wrong with this thing? It's definitely not you. Oh, dear lord. Okay. I do have the onboard diagnostics, which I don't believe I actually did. Okay. Maybe the car's computer can tell me what's wrong. Which it does not appear to be able to tell me what's actually wrong. Yeah, no, alright. That did nothing to help. Alright. Oh dear lord. Change oil. I've already done all of that with the exception of actually putting in new oil. Alright. The new oil is in. Let me do the pressure test again, because I can't remember if it actually tells me what the rings condition are. Fuel injector. Filter. There's a pump. No, it doesn't tell me if the... What? That was the fuel pressure. I need to do compression test. That's what I need to do. My bad. Engine block, crankshaft, piston rings. It does tell me the piston rings, so it's not the piston rings that are wrong either. Huh. I tore apart pretty much everything else in the engine, so nothing with the engine is wrong. So it's something with the suspension? Oh, dear lord. Well, I have a feeling I'm gonna be here a while. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I had a realization. It might be the cylinders and the brake calipers, because I can't actually see those. What the hell is going on with my stream? Had a bunch of red fuzz on the screen for a moment. It's fine now. Oh well. Alright. Oh, the caliper on that one is alright. Yeah, okay. That is a shame. I'm running out of things to accuse of being bad. I tore apart the gearbox, so I know it's not the gearbox. It's nothing on the engine because I tore all that off. You're fine. Oh, please tell me it's one of you. Oh dear Lord. Why does this have to be so difficult? What? Ah! See, in most cases, I don't have issues because a lot of the time it either tells you what's wrong with it, or I'm tearing apart the entire car and replacing everything anyway, or replacing/fixing everything anyway. So I don't know. This is just giving me a ridiculous amount of issues. Okay. There is nothing wrong with this. It's not the bushings in the suspension arm, no? Why is this pain? Wait a minute. Oh dear Lord, I'm an idiot.
There it is.
It's the rubber bushings in the rear suspension arms. Oh. I just found out what's wrong. All right.
About time.
Oh dear Lord! Well, I was sitting here and I didn't even think to look at them because it was the last car that I replaced those on. So I'm sitting here mixing up which car I had actually replaced those suspension arm bushings on. And I'm sitting here thinking that I did them on this car, but in reality I did them on the last car, so I'm just being stupid and forgetful. Oh, but that's what's wrong with this one. So we should be good now, and I can end the stream and then, you know, be just done, and then maybe we can eat or record something. Caleb, is there anything you want to play right now that we can do multiplayer on?
Whatever.
We can play Dark Tide.
Well, I got Dark Tide on the schedule for Friday,
Oh,
so I'm looking for something that we can record today. Well, today's Thursday, so yeah, tomorrow.
I won't be able to play tomorrow because I work.
Well, I never said it.
Unless
We play late at night. I don't really care what we do. That's up to you guys. But this car is done. So we will finish the yard. I'm only getting paid... well, okay, so I'm getting paid $4,631 for this. I'm not sure if that was worth the frustration. Oh, my lord. Alright, we're done with that. We're ending the stream there. Thank you.
Over.
Yes, because I think I've gone over my allotted. Let's see how many cars we can fix in an hour by probably almost an hour. So you know, hope you all enjoy watching. If you did, please please like the stream, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll be going live again 4 o'clock Sunday with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. And anything you guys want to say? Okay, that was anticlimactic. I'll see you all. We will see you
go
guys.
watch the damn videos.
Go watch our other videos. We did release War Thunder today, so Dog 2 video. Go watch that if you haven't done it. Anyways, we will see you all next time. And I now need to tab out and actually hit the end stream button. There we go.
Yay.